How can you transform your plain plant pots into stunning creations that will wow your friends and neighbors? Transform your plain planter pots into stylish textured masterpieces with these brilliant DIY hacks. Hi, I'm Robin, and for my first DIY, I took some air-dry clay and a silicone ice cube tray. I pushed the clay into the cube slots and then waited for it to dry. Then I pushed out the forms and glued them to a small plastic plant pot. At first I painted the clay turquoise and added some other colors, but I didn't like it. So I turned the pot upside down and added some green pastel paint that was a bit thicker. Then I picked up the pot and banged it gently on the desk several times to try and get a drip effect. This was taking a lot of paint, so I decided to use my brush to blend everything in, and then I remembered I had these pretty flower ribbons that I decided to add along the sides for more texture. This DIY textured plant pot is not only visually stunning, but the intricate design and texture elevate its overall appearance. The pastel green paint creates a calming effect, while the pretty flower ribbon adds a touch of elegance. The texture of the pot perfectly complements the flowers inside, making for a truly eye-catching garden display. For my next DIY, I took a napkin and using tape, peeled the two pieces apart. Using the white piece, I took out my Dragonfly stamp and ink pad that I got from Temu, and I made a design on the napkin. Then I took a paintbrush and water and dabbed all around the picture so I could easily tear the napkin for a shabby look. I found this terracotta pot and I painted it white. Without waiting for the paint to dry, I applied some Elmer's glue to the pot, making sure to apply glue everywhere I planned on putting the napkin. I carefully placed the napkin on top, adding more glue on top of it. I didn't mind the wrinkles because I was going for a rustic look. Once I had the napkin where I wanted it, I applied another coat of white paint on top to cover up any imperfections. This also helped to blend the design and the texture of the napkin with the pot. I used butterfly stamps from PandaHall Selected to create a similar design on the opposite side of the pot. Using the same technique, I ripped the napkin and applied it to the pot with glue. And then I took out my white paint and added it in all on the bottom and the top and in between, just to make sure everything blended well together. To add some extra flair to the pot, I attached a black and white striped paper to the rim. This simple addition perfectly complemented the napkin design and gave the pot an elegant touch. The addition of the napkin design along with the black and white striped paper gives the pot a charming French country vibe. This DIY project took a plain pot and transformed it into a stunning, high-end looking planter that will undoubtedly catch the eye of your friends and neighbors. Adding unique textures and patterns is an easy and inexpensive way to elevate the overall look of your garden or home decor. During a recent live stream, I demonstrated how to make puffy paint using simple ingredients like glue, flour, and shaving cream. Adding texture to your paint gives it a 3D effect, and it can bring any plain surface to life, including plant pots. For a step-by-step tutorial on making your own puffy paint, be sure to check out the link in the description box below. It's handy to use a squeeze bottle to distribute the paint, so I used an empty mustard bottle to do this. I found a beautiful flower pattern on the Steve Good website, and using carbon paper, I traced the design onto the pot. Then, using the squeeze bottle, I filled in the outlines with puffy paint, giving the pot a unique and textured look. Then I added yellow paint to the mix so that I could fill in the flower petals and make them yellow. It's important to make sure that any color you add to the white puffy paint is thoroughly mixed in. Keep in mind that this process may cause some of the puffiness to be lost because it makes the paint less airy. But look at how beautiful it came out. It's important to allow your puffy paint design to air dry for at least 24 hours, although 48 hours is preferable to ensure it's completely dry. I added some decorative rope from Dollarama to accentuate the flower design, placing it at the center of each flower and around the rim of the pot. I made a spiral design in each center circle of the flower pattern on the pot and used hot glue to secure the rope in place. I continued this process until I reached the next flower, making sure that the rope went straight in between. This gave the pot a charming handmade look that would be perfect for a farmhouse style garden. Once the top half was completed, I used white paint to completely cover all of the rope. To give the pot a complete look, I felt that the bottom also needed some attention, so I took some more rope and glued it on the bottom of the pot in 3 rows. To tie everything together, I added some paint to the rope to make it blend in with the rest of the pot. Using the puffy paint technique gave this plant pot a unique and textured look that is sure to catch the eye of anyone passing by. The 3D effect of the paint really brings out the details of the flower pattern, making it perfect for adding a pop of color to your garden. And adding the rustic rope detail to the pot's bottom and rim adds to its charm and gives it a natural feel that complements the beauty of your outdoor space. This DIY project is sure to impress your friends and family and make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. To create another unique planter pot, I decided to use the same white puffy paint from my last DIY project, but this time I wanted to make swirls and circles, which added a mesmerizing texture to the pot's surface. Once the puffy paint had dried, I applied mirror stickers that I found at Dollarama to the pot to give it some bling accents. I applied the mirror to the top, bottom, and middle of the pot. But I realized the middle ring was not to my liking, so I removed it and replaced it with small individual pieces of the bling that were placed in the center of each circle. The mirrored accents and the puffy paint texture complemented each other, giving the pot an eye-catching look that would make a great addition to any room or outdoor space. The puffy pen swirls and circles on the pot create an interesting texture that's both playful and elegant, and the addition of the mirror stickers brings a touch of glamour and sophistication, and it's a real eye-catcher in any garden or outdoor space. Transform your pots into unique and textured masterpieces. These stylish creations will add a touch of charm and elegance to your outdoor space, making it a beautiful and inviting area to spend time in. Make sure to try out these fun and easy DIY hacks to take your plain pots to the next level. For more textured decor ideas, click on the next video.